Good morning, everyone. It's Morning Coffee with Mike. Today is Wednesday, March the 30th, 2022. Hope everybody's doing well out there. Hope everybody's enjoying this beautiful hump day Wednesday morning we have. Welcome to Morning Coffee with Mike. I am your host, Mike Martins. Oh, yeah. All right, guys, thanks for liking, subscribing. And this is more of a PG show that we do. Weekdays, if I could get up weekdays, if I'm not super busy the night before, not super tired, I'll be here for you guys for Morning Coffee with Mike. Hope you have your coffee ready. I got mine ready here, and I like my coffee like warm, not super hot. I'm not a fan of super hot coffee that you can't even drink. And it is Morning Coffee with Mike. Hope everybody's doing well out there. And, whoa. Yeah, I got the a little update here on the studio for you guys, so it looks more morning coffee friendly. That's the city of Lisbon behind me here. And kind of proud to be Portuguese, especially after winning some soccer matches the other day, so kind of happy. Anyways, okay, so what is going on out there? Hope people could see us. Hope people could hear us. There's going to be no movement in the comments because nobody is subscribed to this backup YouTube channel yet. I don't have too many subscribers. Oh, never mind. We got John Boy Silver. Good morning, Mike. 800 miles south of you. Having coffee too. Yes! And we got Bruce in the house. Thank you, Bruce, for coming in. And it is Morning Coffee with Mike. Okay, so let's go over some of the turn of events that are happening. Guys, don't forget to subscribe to us on Odyssey. I'm going to put a link in the live stream. And that is where we have Mike in the Night, the real kit and caboodle show where people have basically, I'm helping with the exodus off YouTube. You know, I'm helping off people to get off this YouTube exodus, to finally leave it and to finally see that there is a place that was like YouTube 10 years ago. I'm not making this up. Yeah, 10 years ago. That was like YouTube 10 years ago. So there it is on Odyssey. If you guys, it's the Mike Martins channel, if you guys don't mind following that. And joining us in live call-in shows and being part of the channel and blah, blah, blah. And last Saturday's Mike of the Night is on fire, man. I've had people come to visit me in person at my place of business to come and talk to me. And, yeah, it's getting there, folks. It's getting there. And the elephant in the room, it's getting a really tough time to hide that elephant in the room. You know, we're the untouched or the I don't know, the purebloods now. I'm a pureblood and I ain't sick. What does that mean? That's the elephant in the room. So, all right. The voice of the Commonwealth, guys. Morning Coffee with Mike. Good morning, Chris. Good morning. So we got Bruce and John Boy Silver in the house. Oh, yeah, on this Wednesday, March 30th morning, 2022. Okay, so let's get into some of the headlines on what's going on. Let's find out what we're allowed to open here on this channel. There's some stuff here we just can't open on this platform because we are heavily censored on here. Poland to ban Russian oil imports as Germans urged to save energy. You see, the timing is good on this because we're heading into spring. Well, we're in spring. Yesterday was 20 degrees. Today's going to be 22 degrees centigrade. I just wear a t-shirt all day. You know what I'm saying? So we are going into spring, summer. So the timing on this couldn't be any better. What are they going to do come winter? What are they going to push? What are they going to sell us? What are they going to misenfranchise or disenfranchise? So Chris has a macchiati, yuck. A machata? Machete latte? Yeah, you know, I'm not into those milk drinks. You know, I'm more into the strong brew, dark roast, hardcore coffee, right? All right, let's move on. So Poland to ban Russian imports. Why? Poland says it's putting in place Europe's most radical plan to cut dependency on Russian energy, says sources. Prime Minister, I can't pronounce that, announced steps on Wednesday to end all Russian oil imports by the end of 2022. You don't think you're cutting that too short, Sparky? You don't think that's too short? Here it is, written down right here. There's the Prime Minister basically saying they want to end Russian oil imports by the end of 2022. I think Sparky is... let's see what Sparky looks like here. There, it's Sparky. That's Sparky. Or is that Spuds McKenzie? Is that Spuds McKenzie or Sparky? I don't know. You guys tell me in the comments. Is that Spuds McKenzie or is that Sparky there? Poland said on Tuesday to be banning imports of Russian coal. Buddy said he expects coal imports will end by May. Okay, so who did the same shit that these guys are doing? Who did the same shit? China. And who did they do it to? Australia. China put... A lot of people don't know this because they think Australia and, is a peaceful country. Why would they sanction a country like that? Well, China sanctioned them. China sanctioned Australia. Here, let's see. Let's go to the Channel Time Machine. If you think I'm making this up, let's type in sanctions. Let's see if it comes up. Sanctions. Oh, yeah, see? This is in the video I made here, why China could go to hell and their bullcrap policies. Let's see if we have it here. I know there's sanctions on China, Australia. Yeah, here we go. Australia versus China economic war 1 year ago. China has banned imports of Australian timber from Queensland and suspended barley imports from a second grain importer, while Chinese importers also bracing for a new round of bans. Goes on coal, goes on everything. So what happened? What happened now? China is begging Australia now. Oh, we're sorry we pushed you around. Go, you know why? Because Mexico bought Australia's oversupply of barley. Parts of Europe bought Australia's coal. And they said, well, we don't need, just to go to show, we don't need the Chi-Coms. We don't need the Chinese communists. We don't need the Communist Party dictating and telling what countries could do what. And what really pisses me off is when China goes ahead and says, we like to freely allow countries to do what they want. On that Mike of the Night, where I ripped apart what the Xi Jinping said, I ripped that apart. I couldn't stop laughing I couldn't stop laughing. Well, China allows countries to make their own policies. I'm not going to freak out on this show this morning. So, anyways, Poland to ban Russian oil imports. So now Russia needs to stand stiff, just like Australia did. Do not send any. But the problem is, if you see, the whole world could sanction Russia. But you see how Poland is playing tough and sanctioning Russia? That's fine. But when you need something from Russia, the problems are rising here. What's going to happen then? Russia to say to Poland, yeah, we know what you said. Stay out of. Then they're going to invade Russia again. Or they're going to set an invasion to invade Russia. You see what I'm saying here? Sanctions only have to go, like they try to make a one-way sanction, a one-way street of sanctions. And it's disgusting. So there it is. Poland to ban Russian oil imports as Germany urged to save. So stay strong on this one, Russia. Trust me on this. It's going to come and bite everybody in the butt. And Poland's going to have to start bringing in, or they're going to have to declare some sort of war against Russia because they're going to freeze to death this coming winter. Just pretend I said nothing, but it's here. Now, 20 delicious bug recipes from chefs. Holy shit. So this is the crap they want us to eat right here. This is the shit they want us to eat right there. All right, that's enough cheering. 20 delicious bug recipes from chefs, environmentalists, and foodies. Foodies! When I look at foodies and like when I'm looking around in social media, foodies come up. I see a bunch of tabalards going around testing all this food. And anyways, foodies alike have been hauling bugs. Have been hailing. Sorry, hailing. I never use the word hail too much. Hailing bugs as the future eco-friendly protein. The great news for chefs and bug scientists and the taste for insects, including Markle Dikaki, an economical I don't even give a shit what his title is. And the Netherlands gave 2010 TED Talks. Why not eat insects? So they're trying to like greenerize. Here you go. Have this for breakfast. How you like that? Yeah, put some of that in your coffee. Yeah, a little roach infest there to help you out there. You know, help digest. Help digest. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. How about yeah? Let's get this. What do you guys say to the digestion of this? You know what I'm saying? Yeah, that's exactly what it is. It's a bunch of shit. All right, let's move on. Forest industry pitching biofuel as alternative to oil, electric heat. So this is the problem we're facing now. These big boy countries, Poland is banning oil and coal and all kinds of imports. This is gonna come and bite Poland back in the arse because because China did the same thing. Here it is on our channel time machine. Where'd it go? Right there. Australia versus China economic war, and China banned imports. So China's sanctioned Australia 1 year ago, according to this video here. Let's take a look at what this thing says. Hey YouTubers, Mike Martins here with the Mike Martins channel. Guys, thanks for joining me and being part of the channel and discussing ongoing events and current events and people kind of leaving their opinions in economic war. It's an economic showdown versus China and Australia. And I've been looming on this. I've been talking about this. I've been discussing this for a good while now. So let's get to it right now. So if you're living down under, please share this video because it's kind of important because a lot of people are waking up and coming to grips with an economic takeover. You don't got the money, you can't play. You can't play, you can't participate. You can't participate, you're left outside. And that's what's happening. And it started with Australia's housing market. It actually technically started with the mining sector in Perth, and then the housing market in 2012-13, and then it started taking off. So here it is, guys. So here's our first article from a few hours ago. Australia's economic dependency on China will not change, says former ambassador to Beijing. And it changed. And the sanctions got hot. And they were punishing Australians. China. Poland's doing the same thing. Try to punish Russia by not buying any of its energy. You see the games that they put the citizens through? Who's going to suffer with this? You think Sparky or Spuds McKenzie? You guys tell me in the comments. Is this guy a Spuds McKenzie or a Sparky? Is Sparky here gonna regret what he said? He's not gonna regret because he's gonna have heat in his home. He doesn't care. It's the citizens that are playing these in the government, in the crosshairs of the government, that are going to be destroying the fabric of society. So there's your bug recipes. Oh, let's see what we could do. Maybe we could do queso di fangulo. Queso di fangulo. Ooh, deep fried tarantulas. Mealworm aranachi. There's mealworm right there. That's mealworm. Guys, let me zoom this in for you guys so you can see the mealworm. That's mealworm. And Chef Karen Barroso's Guaracli grasshopper mix. Oh, that's the kekatsu recipe here. And Chef Laurent Goik, I can't even, ant larva. Delicious, yeah. So there it is. This is what they want to shove down people's throats. What is that? Deep fried. This is light fried dragonflies. Di fangulo. Oh, look at this. Chef Hugo's Ortega's Tomatalio grasshopper pucaray. Right there. Look at that. Oh, look at this. Chef Monroe's grasshopper almond flour chicken fila de puta. Right there. There it is right there. Oh, yeah. So this is what they're going to try shoving down our throats. And they're going to get, The View, the people on The View, Rachel Madcow, all those people to basically tell people, hey, this is the best thing. Look at me eat it. Look at me eat it. And it's going to be like The V. I don't know if you remember the show The V, where people were eating chocolate, but it looked like insects and rabbits and mice. Hay and grain prices have jumped up and getting scarce. This will affect food prices for the most meat, like pork and chickens. Yep, guys, we covered that on yesterday's morning coffee show. True North hasn't posted anything today, so we'll just be patient with that. But these guys usually post some really good stuff here. Consumers, ditch brand names for generic food as inflation shortages hit supermarkets. U.S. consumers' loyalty and brand names at supermarkets is quickly evolving as they try new grocery products amid snarled supply chains and high inflation. So people are not buying the brand names anymore. They are buying great value. There it is right there for you folks to see. Great value stuff. Great value stuff is good, To me, I don't really... the brand names, I think you're just buying the brand name, to be honest. That's all you're buying. People buy peace of mind, but you know what? I don't know. I just buy whatever. Private label consulting company Dymo Worldwide Inc. conducted a survey between May 2020 and August 2021 and found 70% of U.S. consumers bought or tried different brands of post-pandemic world. This means brand loyalty could have been collapsing as consumers buy what is available and the cheapest. There it is. I remember I went to the dollar store a few weeks back and I was seeing cans of tuna for 25 cents. See, I won't touch that because the brand name, it looked like it looked like it's made with shredded Japanese newspaper and rotten apple cores. So I just did not want to deal with that. So that's that right there. Yeah, baby. So let's move on here. WHO warns social surveillance must remain even as global coronavirus cases plunge. Well, people in Canada can't see this because apparently in Canada and Australia, I think, there's new variants popping up everywhere. But the World Health Organization, so YouTube, don't strike this channel down, warns social surveillance must be remain. And this is the WHO right here. And the UN reported also. So before you take down my channel, there's the World Health Organization reporting this. So if you guys don't want to, please don't take my channel down. Nolte. Far left CNN loses 56% of viewers during the first quarter in 2022. So there it is. CNN lies. CNN, a far left propaganda outlet that spreads misinformation, conspiracy theories, and violence, lost 56% of its first quarter primetime audience compared to last year. So I don't even know who's got organized cable or syndicated cable or whatever. I don't know. Yeah, isn't this homosexual's brother? Aren't these guys getting all kicked out for all kinds of stuff they did? And there you go. We have a Saudi-led so what's going on in let's look at what the Saudi Arabian news. Knorris Gold is getting rid of its Russian assets. Yeah, that's what's people are starting to dump Russian assets so you can buy stuff for dirt cheap. We saw that after the fall of the wall when Russia was basically losing to the industrial military complex. If you guys remember that. What was that back in when was that? 80 87, 86? I can't remember. I think I was in grade 3 when that happened. So this is a kind of an important one here. I kind of wanted to... This is from Russia Today. This is from the Russians' organized media outlet. What happens if Russia turns off the gas, off the taps to Europe? And Russia has given hostile countries a March 31st deadline to begin payments for natural gas imports in rubles. The new currency switch rule will affect countries that impose economic sanctions. You see, Russia's playing the smart card on this, and I'll tell you why they are, okay? Because, hey, we're going to create a gold-backed currency. You're going to have to buy the gold-backed currency and raise profitability on it, and you're going to have to pay for your oil and gas from us now in Russian rubles. God bless America. Remember what happened to Gaddafi, Saddam Hussein? Bashar al-Assad, all those people that wanted to sell their oil or their commodities in a different currency, we know what happened with that, right? So what will happen after March 31st? Russia says Europe will not get free gas if countries refuse to pay in rubles. This is a major issue. This is huge. In quotations, they say, we are not going to supply, let's get this on full screen here. We are not going to supply gas for free. This is clear. Kremlin spokesperson Dmitry Peskov said on Tuesday, when asked whether gas would be turned off for non-payers, Peskov replied, no payment, no gas. There you go. They want to sanction these people. Go ahead and sanction them. You know what I'm saying? And that's why I've never taken sides on this Russia, Ukraine. Not taking any sides. Because the people in the middle, the innocent families, the children, the women, the working class, the private, the public sector, the people that have worked their arses off are the ones in the middle of this, are the ones being destroyed in this. Governments will still get heat in their homes. Governments will still get food delivered to their homes. Governments don't have to worry. It's the people that have to. And that's where my heart and my soul and what I believe in lies in with the people. Because it's the people that matter to me. Right? I believe after doing a couple of weeks of research, into deep research and making a few calls here and there around the world, I've been realizing that Ukraine is the biggest hotspot of money laundering. Like London is for the English-speaking countries and Chinese countries that want to launder their money. They launder it through London, or they launder it through Vancouver or Sydney, Australia through a casino. But the biggest money launderers when it comes to government officials, guess what? It's the Ukraine. And I believe, and I said this on Mike in the Night, and I said this on yesterday's show, that Ukraine is the snake on the head of the snake of this whole new world order crap, or this what's happening in the world. That's what I believe. I truly wholeheartedly believe that Ukraine is the money laundering hotspot for politicians, American especially politicians, where they send relief money from American taxpayers to the Ukraine, and that money gets all reverted back to politicians' bank accounts. Hunter Biden's laptop plays a huge role in this. We've been talking about that laptop for almost 2 years now. We were talking about that laptop when CNN was saying it was a Russian plant, and we were saying, no, it's not a Russian plant 2 years ago during that fake election they had down in the United States. Woo! Morning coffee with Mike. Oh, that coffee tastes so good. So what is it? How much does Europe depend on Russian gas? Europe depends heavily. Again, then you got these pissants here speaking for the people. So this is the problem. This is the problem we're facing in today's democratic world, or democracy, or the no confidence in why people have no confidence in governments. It says it right here. Poland to ban Russian oil because one guy doesn't like it, and he's going to ban and sanction Russian oil imports and coal and all the main structures or important necessities or important tools to keep people warm in the winter. And you got these pissants here basically standing up to Russia by doing this, but who pays the bill? Who pays for it, right? There you go. You got Spuds McKenzie and you got Sparky here. And they're just basically putting the lives and putting the people at risk in Poland. The Polish people. That's what breaks my heart. It's these pissants who will always get heat in their homes and food delivered to them are the ones that are going to make their citizens suffer. Because Russia's going to retaliate, and then it's going to look like an act of war when they flip the script and make Russia look like the bad guys. You see how it works? You see how this game works? It's all about destroying families. All right, let's go into here. What do we got here? Canada still cope with its legacy of colonialism, says Indigenous activist. U.S. judge, Trump likely committed crime with plan to obstruct Congress. Rachel Corey says, symbol of Palestinian plight. U.S.-China strategic rivalry will spill beyond the Indo-Pacific. Israel ramps up arrest raids on Handara operation. We covered that yesterday. Iran hopes for end to Saudi war. Why? Why? Iran's losing the war to... Iran is losing the war... sorry, not Iran. Sorry. Saudi is losing the war to Yemen. And Iran can't have that. So you see what's happening here? Who started this Yemen war? Yeah, there we go. Who started this Yemen? Right here. America dropped 2,000. Let's put this on full screen for a lot of people to see what the administrations are doing to people. American dropped 26,171 bombs in 2016. What a bloody end to the Obama regime. According to new figures, the U.S. dropped nearly 3 bombs every 24 hours a day. Dare we think how Donald Trump will... So they're propping this up to make Donald Trump look like a bad person before he steps into office. But they all play for the same team in the end, right? But what I'm saying here is President Obama did reduce the number of U.S. soldiers fighting in Afghanistan and Iraq, but dramatically expanded the air wars and the use of special operation forces around the globe. In 2016, U.S. special operators could be found in 70% of the world's nations, 138 countries, a staggering jump of 130% since the days of the Bush administration. So there it is right there. And people were hoping for a change with Donald Trump, with the old guard going out and maybe fading out and hopefully stop bombing people. So nobody talks about the 26,171 bombs in 2016 that was dropped by the American administration in the Middle East. Everyone's talking about the bombs that Russia's dropping, right? No one talks about how devastating and destructive this has been to the people. So we got some regulars jumping in here. Yeah, this is, a lot of people don't know we're doing this, so I am recording this. I tried to take the recording off of YouTube, like to download the video and then upload it at work. It wouldn't let me download yesterday's live video. So I'm like, whatever, man. All right, what's Russia Today also reporting? No, I want to go back to Press TV here. I want to see what the Iranians are reporting here. So it looks like we are in the year of protests. I mean, there's protests all over the world. The entire planet is protesting. Here it is again. France apathetic about politics, has Corona gutted voter energy or Macron. In 2019, the world was in protest, and we've covered that on the show many times. And let's go back to the channel time machine here and find something on that. So let's go back to the channel time machine. Let's type in 2019, see what happens here. There it is. 2019, the year of the protest. 2020, the year of the lockdown. That's an old morning coffee with Mike there. So there it is. 20. So protests were important in 2019 because the world was losing confidence in their governments, which was, let me see for the year of, just give me 2019 videos. Let's type in protest on the channel time machine. Let's type in protest. Housing crisis protests, French farmers protests. This is all before they pulled the trigger. Look at that. Look at the years. Oh, that's an anti-lockdown protest there. Peaceful lockdown protests go bad a year ago. Protests in France, no money in the banks 2 years ago. This is when they pulled the trigger on the, you know what, 2022, the year of the protest again. And this is before, obviously, 2022. Police might join Yellow Vest movement 3 years ago. More disturbances in Spain. It was, the world was in protest and people were completely engulfed. Let's go over here. 2019. What was that? What was that? The really, 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 really good one here for you guys. Nope. There's a really good one here for you guys that I want to get on record here so people could see it and see that this whole problem was already happening. And a lot of it has to do with leaders like Macron, Justin Trudeau, A lot of these leaders have brought these problems to the world and basically destroyed our destroyed the fabric of our societies. And they had to do what they had to do. And you know what we've predicted here on the channel already before it happened, and how the playbook. Let me see if did they take that video down? I really hope they didn't take. There it is. So I'm gonna replay this for you guys. It's kind of important because it goes into the importance, and I'm gonna play it here because I needed to go out because this is from 2019, folks. So pay attention in 2019 what was happening.
In France, protesters put on their yellow vests and demanded better pay and an end to rising prices. In Sudan, the people brought down the 40-year regime of a genocidal dictator.
2019, guys.
In Haiti, they demanded the president's resignation and the prosecution of corrupt officials. And in Hong Kong, demonstrators started by standing up to the Chinese authorities over an extradition law and expanded their demands to include more democracy.
The older generations have failed tackling the biggest crisis.
So let me explain to you guys. We were talking about this on Mike in the Night before the channel got banned. We were talking about this. And what were we talking about specifically? They were planning climate lockdowns. In 2019, they were planning it for March of 2022 because the protests were getting out of hand. Politicians were shaking in their boots and they couldn't get the protests out of hand. So they got this public figure of climate change crisis movement to sway people into climate change and climate crisis and whatever the hell they want to call it. So here goes.
Humanity has ever faced.
Even school children have taken to the streets, demanding that adults take better care of the planet. In these countries and on the streets of Iraq, Lebanon, Ecuador, Iran, and elsewhere, citizens are saying enough and demanding a change to business as usual. The UN Secretary General has called on governments to listen to the real problems of their people.
It is clear that there is a growing deficit of trust between people and political establishments and rising threats to the social contract. And the world is also wrestling with the negative impacts of globalization and new technologies. Which have increased inequalities within societies.
In response, some governments have tried to address grievances, while others use a heavy hand to try to keep power.
See, that's in Europe there. You see, Macron doesn't want to give up power. And I said this, and I'll say this again. I'm going to be dead and forgotten for years, and Macron will still be running France. While his people suffer, he'll still be running France.
In Iraq and Iran, hundreds of protesters have been killed by aggressive security forces. While protesters have been overwhelmingly peaceful, some in France, Chile, Ecuador, Bolivia, and Hong Kong have vandalized and looted property.
They have a right to peacefully protest. Governments, unfortunately, have been, in many cases, using excessive force, arresting people arbitrarily, sometimes even killing them, murdering them. That is illegal. The authorities who are responsible for the decisions and the killings should be held accountable.
So that's it right there, guys. I wanted to show you this. That was back in the good old 2019. So if you want to read the full report, it's over. You type in VOA, the website's VOA, and just type it 2019, a year of protest, and you'll see what sparked. Look at the Christmas Eve confrontations. December 24, 2019, China couldn't keep a handle on the protests. So I really want to show this to you guys because this is very important. Because if we forget what happened in 2019, the whole 2020, the whole future will be a complete washout. Because they're just going to usher in what they want us to believe, but there's no virus here. And I'm not going to get into specifics because they're going to ban this channel. But I need to get this message out. I need people to understand this. We've been had. We've been played. We've been taken for a ride, so to say. You know what I'm saying? All right, we got 27 or 20-something minutes left in the show. You see, no. See, Saxon, the Freedom Convoy was in 2022. Okay? That's the year of the protest again. right? So if you go back to channel logic here, if you go back across the channel, what did we say here, right? 2018, the year of the bail-in. 2019, the year of the protest. 2020, the year of the lockdown. 2021, the year of the forced jab, whatever. Okay, so 2021, the lockdown, then it's the blood clot, the forced jab, and then 2022 will be the year of the protest. Now, Saxon, you're right. There was a convoy, but that's the 2022 protests. You see, what happened in 2019 wasn't going to stop. Governments knew they ousted already. The mainstream media says 9 governments were ousted in 2019. It was actually 31. Government high-ranking officials were ousted. But they don't want to talk about that because once you start dragging in 2019, you follow the money trail back to 2010, and you start seeing the world in money laundering and the world basically working with criminals to basically disenfranchise the middle class in the free world, basically, so to say. So there it is right there. There's more there. So these are important things that we need to move forward. People need, because the town I live in, they love Obama. They love him. So when people come in, President Obama was the best president in American history. And then when I'll pull up this article, America dropped 26,171 bombs in 2016. What a bloody end to Obama's reign. He was dropping 3 bombs every hour for 24 hours a day. 3 bombs every hour. And this is all. And this is the Guardian. This is the mainstream media. This is the media that's supposed to disenfranchise us and tear us apart. Yeah, the Yellow Vest movement in France was 2019, 2020, 20. It never ended. The Yellow France movement, the Saxon is right. It never ended. I'm not saying it ended. I'm showing you guys the agenda of how it's been building up since 2019. The Gilets de Jaunes, the Yellow Vest movement actually started in late 2017. Because I remember when we were going into late 2019, we're already 50, 60 weeks in protest. I remember Hong Kong already being 30, 40 weeks in protest. I remember all this because the people wanted what they wanted, but the governments wouldn't give the people what they want. So it doesn't matter who you vote in. They won't give you what you want. It's a bunch of garbage. So let's keep going here. So let's see what Russia Today is trying to get out there. Oh, the United Nations rejects Moscow's ruble for gas demands. Then they just won't sell them they won't sell them energy. They're plain and simple. The European leaders and the Russian leaders want to play this game. Go ahead and play it. But they're destroying the lives of innocent families in the way. That's who I stand for. The families. I don't give a shit about these leaders. Sparky, where's Sparky over there in Poland? Speaking for this Sparky over here, speaking for the Polish people, basically telling them that we were going to do this and we're going to stop oil imports and we're going to stop coal and we're not going to heat our people up because they're going into spring, summer. And Russia, you know what Russia's going to do? Good for you. China did the same thing to Australia, and guess what Australia did now? Told China to go F themselves. A lot of people don't know that China sanctioned Australia. It's been 2 years now. But no one talks about that because China's supposed to be the leader in the Asian seas. So what else? Ooh, look, police might join the Yellow Vest movement. Look at this. 3 years ago. 3 years ago. Look at this. Mike in the Night protests across Canada a year ago. Why? Because rent-evictions were coming to a city near you. People were being kicked out of their properties for rent-evictions. Oh, everybody forgot about the rail blockades in Canada, right? I guess so. 1 year ago, China is set up to buy the world. Chinese buyers are kickstarting a generational housing market rally, and Bitcoin might be the next to support the transmission. So what's happening is Bitcoin was being used to launder money into countries, and what else do we got here? This is just looking under oil. We got all this stuff. Okay, I'm just trying to see if there's colleges connected to money laundering 2 years ago. Some accept cash for tuition and issue a refund in checks. See that? And it's basically a bunch of Chinese students that were doing this. They take cash for tuition, and then they get a refund, and then they have to hold back like 2 or 3% of the check, and 2 or 3% of the processing fees, or 5%, and that's how they laundered money. Ireland was in a major housing disaster 3 years ago because it was being transformed. Oops. Anyways, thanks for joining me for Trends in the Housing Market. I don't know why it opens these stupid players now. Just open the page. This for like 7 years. Why? Because it's an abnormal. Alex in the comments. Yeah, I've been doing this for years now.
Share a room with 2 other people. Originally, I was commuting from County Wexford up to
Look at this Ireland protesting.
college, which can be really difficult. So at the moment, I'm paying €240 weekly in rent, which accounts for 11 grand for 9 months for the entire year. That's actually the cheapest accommodation that I could find.
I live in Waterford, and I'm going to college in TKIT. And then if I can't get the train...
Well, why? Why is Ireland going through this? Well, let me see if we did... Let's see if we get... Ireland housing crisis. Ireland to walk back. Let's see what we have here. 9,400... Northern Ireland housing is hot. Ireland housing disaster. Ireland housing depression. Foreign investors going to Ireland right there. 3 years ago. Foreign investors invading Ireland and changing the face of the country. In 2 years. The Chinese investors came in. They changed the face of Ireland in 2 years. I wanted to visit Ireland before I died to see, some Irish history, some Irish roots, and that is now a thing of the past, right? Here we go. Chinese investors buying Athens, Greece, right there. So it's been a money laundering world, and the world would be in a recession. They would have to reset things back in 2019, because 2019 was the breaking point. The repo markets, the bond markets, everything that was happening, the artificially inflated stock markets. It just keeps going on and on and on. So we got TNT in the house. I love you too. Search for the Truth is in the house. Who else we got here? Chris, Mike in the day. Yeah, just morning coffee with Mike, guys. Morning coffee with Mike. Yeah, it could be a long, hot summer for protests, and we said that. The bikers are coming. I told you guys in the middle of winter, the bikers are coming in the summer. People are getting tired of this. I mean, I try my best to sum up the world's issues in 1 hour, but if we can't go into the past, we can't solve the problems of the future. Erasing history isn't going to fix the future, right? And that's what they want. They want to be, basically, they want to protect families. Like a lot of these people in power want to protect their family's lineage into the future by erasing history, because this way they're off the hook, nobody remembers, and none of us will be alive to stand up against these people saying, no, I was there, this is all BS. You know what I'm saying? Because when there's nobody alive to contest what they're saying, guess what? People will believe everything hook, line, and sinker because the internet said so, or because Joe Rogan said so, or whatever. All right, the comments are flowing here this morning. Yeah, you could join us. I'll try to be here in the mornings for morning coffee with Mike with you guys, and spend a bit of time here with you guys in the mornings, trying to keep it as PG as possible, because these are the platforms we need to come on to actually wake the masses up, to actually get people. Like YouTube is the new CNN, so we got to get people off that. So guys, this is where I want you guys to go Watch last Mic of the Night. It's really good. The callers, ooh, the last Mic of the Night was on fire on Odyssey. So I'm going to give you guys a link to my Odyssey channel if you guys don't mind going over there and subscribing. Please get over there. Please get over there and subscribe. I would really, really, really appreciate it. And I'm going to be re-uploading this video to you for you guys. It's Morning Coffee with Mike, your voice of the Commonwealth. Oh, there's Dano. Artbydano.com, artbydano.net. He's been with us for a long time now. I don't know how many years now, but he's been on Mike. He's been on Mike of the Night many times. So go on there and catch some past episodes of Mike of the Night. It's Morning Coffee with Mike, the voice of the Commonwealth. Let's go into some time machine stuff. This stuff has been happening, so we need to prepare people. I hope this entire channel is now backed up on Odyssey, so it will save. So here it is: foreign investors buying up Ireland. Save more. It's not because they don't want to save money, is they can't. It's because the cost of living is just too expensive, right? Okay, guys, let's kick off the UK. I promised you guys I'll tell you. Where are foreign investors running to? Foreign investors rush cash in on our housing crisis. Where is this? Ireland. This is tomorrow's date. Today. Tomorrow's news today on trends in the housing market. I like how Alex Jones uses tomorrow's news today. We've been saying that for years, but that's okay. This is 2018 right here, December 6th. Now, why was the world in protest? People want me to prove to them. I don't believe countries like Ireland or Scotland were in protest. Yes, they were. They were protesting for years. This is 2018, and people were protesting on the streets in Dublin, Ireland, and it went up to Belfast because of the migration of people moving from the south to the north to find housing or accommodation for their family. So, okay, let's go to Scotland. On the Channel Time Machine, what's going on in Scotland? Food Bank. Look at this. Before they pulled the trigger on the pandemic, let's full screen this for you guys. Food Bank usage in Scotland at high record. Yeah, I believe that Scotland was protesting in 2019 too. Trends in the housing market, UK edition, God Save the Queen. Scotland powers up. Edinburgh jumps into first place. Top employer offering loans so new staff can afford to rent in Dublin. So look at this. Employers are paying employees money so they could get a place to rent because they could not even afford to live where they work. So there it is. We've been issuing this housing break and no correction on end because money laundering is more powerful than we've expected. So what else we got here? Canadian immigration mess. Wow. So this is from 2 years ago. So it's been a mess here. Oh, Mississauga green space disappearing, taking all the green space in the Greater Toronto area 3 years ago. Building these cookie cutter homes. And let's see where we find them here. They're building these cookie cutter homes all over the place. They're just all over the place, these homes. Thousands. They're littered with these homes. So, I wanted to share that with you guys. Woo! Okay, we got 12 minutes left. What do you guys want to talk about? I don't see no one's Skype is turned on right now. Nobody is on Skype right now, so let's read some comments here, what you guys are commenting on. We are 2 days. Hold on. We are, is it tomorrow? Let me check tomorrow's date. Is there 31 days in March? Yeah, so we are 2 days away for the price of fuel to go up at the pumps in Canada because the new carbon tax, the Great Leader of Canada has put in. The Great Leader of Canada that people were protesting in 2019 to get him out, still in 2022. 2029, you'll still be there because they're going to put emergency order acts to keep these people in power for the next 20, 30 years. Watch. Next 20, 30 years. So that's their. I'll be on in the mornings, guys. My time. I'll try to be live by 8:30, and I'll try my best. The problem I have is it's committing. It's hard to commit to making a daily video. It's very hard. But we got Mike in the Night on Saturdays anyway. All right, let's look into this carbon tax fiasco thing that Canadians are going to be looking forward to. So let's just type in carbon tax. This is important if you're living in the United States. Let's type it at pumps. It's a federal one. So basically, it says here the rate is slightly high. Slightly? It's 9.96 cents per liter under that province's carbon tax regime announced in 2020. The federal carbon tax at the pump will be more than quadruple over the next 9 years to 39.6 cents. Carbon tax is crushing the load of fuel pump. What else? More fuel tax, carbon tax as province of British Columbia, up to 350% tax by 2030 at the pump. So they're hitting us hard. Now, if you go back to the channel time machine here, watch this. You type in, let's see if we have carbon tax. Carbon tax coming soon per kilometer. They're actually looking at making carbon tax per kilometer as well. As a federal carbon tax kicks in. That was from 2 years ago. And let me tell you, $1,000 hydro bills, I've gotten them myself to heat my home. And there it is. My gas bill is up. Look, this is 2 years ago, up $118 from last month. And we talk about carbon tax here, dead malls, empty storefronts. This is before they pulled the trigger on the pandemic. Gas prices to reach $1.50 a liter. That was 3 years ago. Price of gas might hit reality prices 2 years ago. And I was warning that the price of gas will go to $2, $3, $4 a liter to hedge with inflation or to adjust with inflation, right? So let's see what we have here. Watch this if you're paying your gas bill. I think it's me reading another one of my gas bills. There it is right there. Look at my carbon tax right there. Cost of gas, $74. And I think the carbon tax on this bill was over $100. So my carbon tax was more than the cost of gas right there. So you can watch those videos. I read my bills all the time. Investors pumping up Toronto real estate. That's 5 years ago. We already know that. So it's more and more. Gas prices, 1.65 a liter. That was 2 years ago. So that's what's happening here. So what are they talking about here? Up to 350% higher at the pump by 2030. The impact of higher carbon taxes on gasoline prices. Canadian motorists can expect to pay up to $900 more per year at the pump to cover the federal. That's just the federal carbon tax. But then you have other taxes on the gas. So it goes into here. So Ford F-150 annual cost of fuel. So Ford F-150 will cost you $3,931. These are the most popular vehicles. Dodge Ram, $3,931 in annual fuel costs. Toyota RAV4, $2,654. This is if you live 10 miles away from your work. But if you live way away, like 2-hour drive, you're looking at $4,000 or $5,000 a year just in fuel to get yourself to work, a job where everyone's talking behind your back in the back room and everybody hates each other secretively. You know what I'm saying? So that's what you got to keep in mind too, right? So that's kind of important. I kind of wanted to throw this out there that it's coming. Carbon taxes hurt the poor and the middle class. Trust fund punks like Mr. Trudeau won't feel any difference. No. If you go back to the beginning of the show, these people that are dictating and putting sanctions on Russia are destroying their own people in Poland. Because then Russia's going to say, okay, you want to go ahead and sanction us? Go ahead and sanction us. So this is an important piece here. Because these people, these pissants here that supposedly run Poland are destroying their own people. Because now Russia's going to say, okay, we're not going to give you no more gas, no more oil. Goodbye. Just like China now is crying to Australia after China put sanctions on Australia 2 years ago. Now, Australia is selling its coal and its oats and wheat and barleys and stuff to other countries. So when people want to start playing bully, Australia, luckily, has been not backing down and actually standing up to China. Getting slapped with it, people are saying in the comments. Yeah, Pamela, you won't get notified. This channel is YouTube wants to pour gravy down people's pants. I could even show you what they're recommending me here on YouTube. Let's go to YouTube. Let's go to home. Let's go to home. So this is the backup channel you're on. This is what they're recommending me. So I'm subscribed to 3 channels here. Let's see what they're recommending me here on YouTube. Woman claims she had sex with her attorney in the jury room. Speak English politely. Pixie haircut. Iron scrubber painting technique. Giant tumor surgically removed from beautiful dog. Oh, there's Russia stuff here. Russia satisfied with Ukraine negotiations in Istanbul. Wow, look at this guy's eyebrows. So this is what they recommend me. Steve Harvey breaks down after seeing his mama's house. This is what they recommend me on YouTube. So this is like what they're trying to... Scissor cut, short back and sides men's haircut. Lots of hair... I'm not... See, look, I'm only subscribed to like 4 channels here on this backup channel. There's no way... There's no... Look, see? There's no way they should be recommending this stuff to me, but that's what they're recommending. What I might like. What else? Lots of music, though. They're recommending a lot of music. Like, they want to get people off of pouring gravy down their pants or something, but it doesn't have a recommended section here. Too bad, because I want to play that recommended section for you guys and see what they're trying to recommend me. And it's just crap. And we need to get more and more people off of this and get over to other platforms. Yeah, it was a 10 a.m. Alberta time. I'm just gonna try my best to do this for you guys. It's really hard. It's hard, but I'll do this for you guys. Spend some time in the morning for coffee with you guys, and then on Saturdays we do Mike in the Night, the real show, where we take the gloves off and really discuss current events in a deeper, more with more call-ins and stuff. So Buddy's saying noon Ontario. It's noon in Ontario. Yeah, I think I started at 8:30. I think I started around 8:30 Pacific time, or 8:45 Pacific time. Yeah. I'm drinking. I think I'm drinking Nescafe. So we went over some very important topics here. So if you guys want to share this video, go ahead. I'm going to be putting it up on the backup all the real channels actually. I've been on, I'm going to back this up all to, so I've been on these channels and I'm actually getting views with no subscribers. Odyssey, I'm going to back this video up to Odyssey. BitChute, I'm getting more views than I'll ever have subscribers. Look at that. 255 views on a video I put the other day up on BitChute. And I have I have 310 subscribers. So the video is getting out to my subscribers. And then Rumble, I don't get any subscriber. I don't get any followings. I don't think nobody really follows me on Rumble. Let me see. People keep telling me to come on Rumble, but there's no I don't get views. 23 view, 9 views, 26 views. I don't get many views here on Rumble. And I'm on Brighteon. Brighteon's the best, guys. Brighteon is the best. 400 views, and I got no subscribers. Look at this. 400 views. The map with no subscribers. Yeah. So that means something, right? So being held back. Will Canada ban the symbol Z like Germany? No idea. I don't know, man. I don't follow that. That's more propagandized. Get people off the main topic, right? Oh, 3 years in jail for using a Z. Yeah, just had to do the sign across there to bless myself. All right, guys, I'm running into my 1 hour. Thanks for coming into the show. Thanks for jumping in and talking to us and going from there. I'm just going to go ahead and upload it to this backup channels here for you guys right now. And I'm off to get things done through the day and say goodbye to my kids and run a few errands before I open my shop. I'll be at the store today till 5 p.m. If you want to come and visit me, I'm at 1925 Quilchena Avenue, the Merrick Toys and Games. Come down and visit, say hi, talk if you'd like, and discuss current events if you'd like, or just come and say hi. And yeah, thanks so much. Thank you, John Boy Silver. Yeah, gas and fertilizer. We talked about that earlier. See you tomorrow, Chris. Tomorrow's Thursday, so we'll keep you guys. We'll keep talking until they basically take me out, or take us off of here, or whatever they're gonna do. So thank you, artbydano.com. Don't forget to check them out. Artbydano.net. Not your typical art, and we'll give them a proper plug on Mike of the Night. All right, guys, have a good one. God bless, and we'll see you on the flip side.